Hello. Welcome back to my channel. This is Lemon here, back by Luminescent. Okay. This reading is for Mercury retrograde, Aquarius, and Capricorn. That took place January 14th through February 3rd. Shout out to Time Passages. This is for the third house. That's the third house Mercury transited in, or would be touching during the Aquarius Capricorn transit. And this was about mental pursuits and communication breakdowns, observing before engagement, unconventional styles of communication, Five of Swords energy, conflicts over ideals and debates, and detachment being greater because the mind is more logical. So third house, this is the evaluation of close friends, family, conflicting ideas about where they or you need to be involved. And the conversation here may have been, how can I get along with my closest friends and family? How can I get along or help my closest friends and family? How can I help? How can I help my closest friends and the Nine of Pietro. Okay, those are twins. And we have the Mambo Pietro, which I believe in this deck is the Queen. The Queen of Fire, Queen of Wands. And we have the Judgment, Ancestors, with Thoth over here. Looking you dead in your face. Yep. The answer was reached. And we got Oriente, Santeria. Okay. So, let's take a look here. I really want to look at this card, so I don't really get this card too much. Water controls fire. This Mambo has authority over fiery elements. She united with fire and thus has powers that come from knowing its secrets. Semi may have helped shape such a person. Third house energy. Snake risen from blood red molten river that flows by their side. The fire flashes between the head of the Mambo and the serpent as they exchange a breath of flame in their mutual ecstasy. The pleasure of the Mambo in receiving secrets of fire is matched by the joy of the serpent in imparting them. The individual described exhibits authority, magnetic kind of attraction, gorgeous in friendship and love, where she is apt to take the lead. Physically, this woman may have red, gold, or reddish black hair, or brown or blue eyes. Alrighty. That was the Pietro Mambo card. So we're going oriented. Okay, this is the Prince of Disc, which is the Page. This person associated with this card is apt to have a character that is competent, trustworthy, and reliable. He makes a good worker, manager. Described by this card likely to be a young man with dark brown or black hair and dark eyes. So I want to look at this Pietro too while I'm here. While I'm here, strong emotion bubbles under a calm surface, hidden passion, rapid and unpredictable change, strength through balance. Okay, so I just went through actually all of these except for the Ancestors, which this is about a final decision being made. Them sharing their insight and their wisdom with those who are open to receive it. But starting out, this is the card that is representative of the twins who are setting flame to something, and this is the unpredictability, not knowing how things will happen. Ultimately very passionate with the fire here. The Nine of Fire usually represents a wounded warrior or being ready to go back into battle after spending some time in a battle already. It's like taking a break before you get ready to jump back in, but this is symbolizing like how you use that fire, how you come through. And if this is about you know, evaluating, thinking about mulling over your close friendships that you've had for a long time, because the third house is about those who are from the same likeness that we are. And if some people are viewing you as someone who's become unpredictable, or you may see those people as having conflicting ideas that were coming from a place that was very unpredictable, that can create some type of confusion on how you move forward. Now, with the detachment being greater and the mind being more logical, we do have the ability to persuade. This is about someone being very persuasive and alluring and magical with their words. Third house energy is about words and written language as well, but it's mostly about being able to realize and pick up information that you're learning from your immediate environment and then using it, which is where we get into the Virgo energy, where you actually use that energy to manifest whatever it is that you want. But if you know the secret, or the secrets that are behind what set this aflame, it's easy for you to figure out how to increase the flame or put the fire out. And sometimes when it comes to close relationships, we may need the support of family or friends in doing something. And if you know the secret sauce or the secret connection, or you the plug or something like that, you can help someone. But you also can recognize when you are trying to get along, or you're trying to create union, and someone knowingly blocks that from happening for their own personal reasons. You will still receive whatever you're open to receiving from the universe. You cannot believe that, you know, one person has the ability to turn on or turn off your ability to make things manifest, including relationships and how long they go for. Okay, because the overall energy at the bottom is someone who stands tall, who's chosen to take the lead in a situation. So you may definitely have someone here that may be causing a ruckus, or maybe saying things, gossiping. Third house energy, a lot of talking may be going on, where things may be very persuasive. Or maybe you met someone who is very much like a car salesman energy, where they, you know, can talk you into or out of anything, but you got to be responsible for making the final decision about your life and how you want things to go. So you just got to take a stand and let people know exactly where you're coming from and how you feel. And sometimes it's not about trying to get everyone to get along all the time, as much as it's about, do you get along with yourself and your own mind when it's all said and done? Can you walk away from conversations or groups of activities with other people and feel like you're still you, and you didn't sell yourself short to another person just because they gave you, you know, something shiny in return? So let's look at this 9 Pietro. We got the Prince of Swords, which is like the King of Swords. So this is definitely someone knows what they're doing. Yep, we got the Devil with the 2 of Wands. So someone definitely was intentionally making a decision that may have been very left field or unpredictable. This could be them or you, but it had to do with the energy of lack. If it's like someone in your family is choosing to sell something very valuable, or to move and go somewhere else, and everyone else is telling them not to do that, but they're in a position where they feel like they need to do that in order to make ends meet. And it may cause conflict within the family and your close friends of the family, but you just gotta do what's best for you. So let's look at this Pietro here, the fire, this Queen, and we got the Knight of Disc. Okay, and the 2 of Cups. Yeah. So it's definitely like wanting to take your time in this relationship where things are being revealed to you. And Here, more fire energy here with the Prince of Wands, which is like the king. Leo energy here. Very much. So it's like one person wants to do one thing, another person wants to do something totally different. He's even facing in a totally different direction than everybody on this side and Mambo. Let's look at this ancestors decision. You got 9 of disc, Venus and Virgo. Earth energy, taking your time, allowing things to accumulate. And then the actual Hermit card, okay? So this is like making the decision to go at it alone and be the Oriente, where you stand up and stop. You stop and change directions, okay? Just like Mercury did. You stop and change direction. And the third house is ruled by Mercury. So yeah, it's like you were going in a direction and it sounded good, but then it was like, you know what? Nah, I think I'm gonna just do what's best for me, what feels right. And it may have sparked an argument. It may have changed how people talk to you, how people look at you. It may have changed your relationships with the people that were closest to you. But there's something in the Hermit energy that is manifesting. Virgo energy is earth, so it is about taking your time. It is mutable, so it's also about allowing room for error and change and things to get better. So yeah, I definitely feel like this is like you were about to give away or sell something or make an agreement to just end everything, just cut everything off. And everyone was like, no, don't do that, don't do that. And it's like, you know what, let me take some time to think about it first. And then you got this other side of you that's like, well, you can have this, you can get this, you won't have to worry about this. Like, you're looking at all the positives in that situation. But there's a group of people that are kind of dependent on you. But who do you depend on? Where do you get your wisdom and your information from? How do you outsource? Do you share what you have? So you don't have to be the one that everyone is dependent on. Because something has to stop and like shift with this death card at the bottom. So it could have been a death in the family or a major ending to a business. And the assets have to be divided up. And there's an argument over where it should go or who should get what and how it should be done. And the person that's in control here is taking their time, and everyone else is just waiting for them to see like what's gonna happen. You got Pueo, the Hawaiian owl. Your ancestral spirit guides are offering you guidance now, so pay close attention to signs and omens from them, which is pretty much here with the ancestors card, with the 9 of disc and the Hermit card that talks about being alone. So yeah, you gotta take a stand, and you may have to tell people, no, I'm not gonna rush, I'm gonna take my time and do what's best for me. Or you may have to, and I'm not gonna say or you may have to allow someone else to do this as well. So you can't rush art. You can't rush art. Yeah, I definitely see this like something happened. I feel like it was pretty tragic, but something happened where nothing is going to be the same anymore. So you have to allow things to shift and change, and you can't force somebody to do something that you want them to do, because if they don't feel like that's what's best for you and the greater good of all, that means it's not going to be done. And trying to force a decision on someone and try to overpower them with your own mind and your intellect and your words is not going to happen, because they already know who you are. They already know the things that you've done in your past. They've already know your patterns. They know the secrets of who you are, and they're allowing that truth to guide them in making their decision, and which is why they're choosing to be off on their own or alone rather than allow you to have hands-on into a situation. Flip-flop, if it's you or if it's them, whatever. But that's your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment below on how this video has resonated for you. Peace.